Alright, so good morning and welcome back here. With these recent super trainers I've gotten, one being the Hoka Mach X2 here and the other one being the Zoomfly 6, which is on my feet right now, I've sort of been wondering to myself which one do I actually prefer, as on paper these two are really similar. So I mean, both of these are right around the same stack height, right above 40 millimeters. Both have a plate and yeah, both are the exact same 220 grams in my size 40. And yeah, what I think I'll do here is I'll stash these Mach X2s here and hope they're still here when I get back. Yeah, on the plan we have 60 minutes at moderate effort, so I think I'll do 30 minutes in the Zoomfly 6 here, which is on paper my favorite, and yeah, then just switch into the Mach X2 and see how it compares. So moderate effort for me is right in the middle basically of marathon pace and easy pace. Marathon pace for me is target marathon pace, that is, would be right around 340 per km, so about a 235 marathon. And well, easy pace really varies a lot, of course, depending on how I feel really, but I would say I very rarely go slower than 5 minutes per k, and I very rarely go quicker than 430 per k. Wow. So I think a key difference between these two is actually the upper, which is a easy win for the Zoomfly 6 really, as it's just a fairly traditional, no nonsense kind of setup that's, you know, fairly breathable and good heel lockdown, and there's just nothing obnoxiously wrong with this. Where the Mach X2 is kind of a dangerous combination of being super narrow but having a pretty bad heel lockdown. So what ends up happening for me is I cinch these laces so tight just to lock the heel down that it just becomes painfully narrow and just a very uncomfortable experience really. Yeah, this Zoomfly 6 is really loving this shoe right now. It's just I don't know, it feels nimble in a way, but it's kind of weird. I mean, it's over 40 millimeters of heel stack, but yeah, nothing like the Alpha Fly really, which, you know, I think it's just because it's a bit of a firmer cushion to this. Yeah, for lack of a better word, this just feels nippy underfoot, and yeah, like it really encourages a fast turnover and picking up your feet. So yeah, halfway through with the Zoomfly 6 here, and yeah, just really do want to say this is such a versatile shoe. Use this for a long run now and 2 speed sessions and a couple moderate runs as well, and yeah, just does pretty much everything in your training. Of course, both of these are a bit heavier than the race shoes, and there's only a small layer of the top V-Bax foam. Of course, they're not going to be as fast as the carbon shoes, but I mean, just for training sessions, it's not like every second counts, and it's okay to be that tiny bit slower and maybe work that tiny bit harder. And yeah, there's not really a whole lot else I can say on this shoe that I haven't touched on already. It's just, I feel like you can do almost everything in this. And yeah, let's switch into the Mach X2 now and see how this one does. Yeah, interesting. You immediately notice that there's more cushion in the forefoot in the Mach X2, which makes sense, of course, as I mean, both are right above 40 millimeters in the heel, but the Mach X2 has a lower drop of only 4 or 5 millimeters, so you do have more material under your forefoot. Yeah, also feels like there's a bit more bounce to this. It's a bit more squish and a bit more spring back. Well, neither of these are super natural running experiences, of course, at this stack height, but I do feel like the Zoomfly 6 feels a bit more normal and a bit more traditional to run in. Okay, so both of these shoes are pretty narrow, but I do find that the Hoka here is even narrower. It really pinches your toes together up front here. Alright, so halfway in the Mach X2, and I do think that this is a quicker shoe. There's just a bit more energy return really, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily better than the Zoomfly 6. It's just a bit more specialized for speed work, where I don't think this would do that well at easy runs. Just a bit too aggressive really. Yeah, but I really like both of these shoes. There's not that much in it really, and I think Nike and Hoka made a bit of a different take here on the Super Trainer platform. Alright, so that's part 2 of this 60-minute moderate done. So just in terms of durability, I noticed that this Hoka is looking very questionable, I have to say. I mean, this is only done 120 kilometers, and let me just wipe off this mud here and just look at this spot here. I mean, this rubber is almost gone, and yeah, just underfoot you notice that this is kind of a soft material and just seems to chip away a lot quicker. So yeah, that's not really looking too good. And yeah, I do have to say, in terms of this comparison, I think even though the Mach X2 is probably the faster shoe for me, I think the Zoomfly 6 is actually my favorite. I don't know, it just feels a bit more natural to run in with you know, the higher drop and the slightly less rocket profiles. Just works a bit better for me. And also it's a bit cheaper, or actually quite a bit cheaper, at 170 euros versus 190 for the Mach X2. So that's actually quite significant. And yeah, hope you found this useful, and like and subscribe as always, and see you on the next one.